Well, good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's temperature-wise, it's really a nice day outside. Uh, I still wish we had green grass and blue skies. However, that'll all come in good time. Again, when we start talking about the Becomers movement and making things happen in our lives and to help us on our journey to find our purpose in life, I'm going to talk about a couple of things today that I think are really, really important. And one is joy, and the other is faith, and actually how they are totally connected. You know, um, what if joy isn't something you find after success, but something you carry into your calling? I mean, anyone who has ever had me as a chemistry teacher or a biology teacher has experienced me saying as I was up there talking, man, isn't that amazing? And that's because I find a lot of joy in the knowledge of a lot of different things in science. And certainly, uh, I loved what I did. My purpose in life was to become a teacher coach, and I loved every moment of it. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to reflect on joy and faith and um, how it actually helps you discovering our purpose and our passion. And too often we chase purpose while losing our joy along the way, because quite frankly, things sometimes do get hard. But faith reminds us that when we're aligned with what we were created to do, joy becomes a companion, not a casualty. In the book of Nehemiah in the Bible, the joy of the Lord is your strength, and that is so very, very true. It's a powerful statement, and quite frankly, it is one of those things that I'm going to kind of touch on a little bit today. Joy is not optional in your calling, and faith doesn't remove challenges, it gives meaning to them, though. Purpose grows where joy and faith are allowed to walk together, and they absolutely need to walk together, uh, because you're going to find that the if you're not joyful about what you're doing, you're going to lose faith in its value really, really fast. Joy is not a luxury; it's a signal. Faith doesn't always uh, show the full path, but it's always invites the very next step. And the one thing that I'll tell you, when joy disappears, it's time to pause and realign and not quit. Purpose pursued without joy leads to burnout. Purpose pursued with faith leads to fulfillment. And I, again, as I've said before, I absolutely loved what I did as a teacher and coach. And that was, I believe, very obvious to many people as they uh, worked with me as a student or as one of my athletes. Um, if your purpose has lost its joy, faith might be calling you back, not forward. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to remember that if you're burnt out, and that does happen actually in education, it certainly has happened to many, many people. Thinking about faith and joy and finding out how to focus on them, this will really help you get beyond that. And I will tell you right now that if if you do that, you're going to find a lot more great success in life because you've got those things there for you. Now, faith, that moves you forward. And when we add to that joy, well, joy is not a distraction for purpose. It's actually a companion. And as I again use the verses or the word from the book of Nehemiah, uh, it is something that's been given to us by God, and it allows us to move forward in our lives in so many different ways. You know, when do you feel most joyful? What does that reveal about who you are? Has pursuing purpose ever cost you joy? And if so, why? What activities actually restore joy rather than drain it away? And when we start putting them all together, how does faith help you hold joy even when circumstances are difficult? And what would it look like to pursue your purpose without sacrificing joy? Now, there's one other thing I could add to this, and that is gratitude. Write the name of one person who brings joy into your life and why you're grateful for them. And gosh, I've got a lot of them, but I will. My kids, Christopher, Patrick, and Molly, they give me a great deal of joy, and all of my grandchildren do too. And I'm even joyful when I'm being lectured by them. And as you get older, you sometimes do get lectured by your children because they don't necessarily agree with the decision you made or something you've done, just like you did with them was as they were growing up. Well, everyone, I hope this made you think just a little bit. Joy doesn't mean life is easy. It just means your spirit is aligned. And the other thing is that when we start talking about faith for the journey, that's an absolute. It isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who plays purpose within you. And I hope that these reflections help you explore how faith, joy, endurance, and hope can sustain us, and we can become what our purpose truly is in life. Again, I'm hoping that these words help you reflect and grow. And I hope that you're looking forward to more on this series, because I am going to be doing a series on this area about faith, joy, endurance, and hope, because they are keys to reaching your purpose. Again, as I say every time I do a video, go and help somebody today. Make their day better by what you've done for them. And in that small way, you may have not only just made their day better, but you made their life better. You have definitely made your day better and your life better. And in fact, you've made this world a whole lot better place because you've shown that you care about somebody that may not ever be able to pay you back for what you brought into their life. Have a good one, everyone.